here we go. We've got an unboxing demo of a multi-effect pedal from a company that has, been featured many, many times on the Affordaboard. Is this an Afforda multi-effects video? Should that be a thing? I've covered various other kind of import affordable multi-effects in the past, but I don't remember if any of them were as affordable as this. This is $129 on Amazon. The Sonicake Matribox. Were they trying to say Matrix box? Or is it like matrimony? Like you're gonna want to marry this box. We've got some silica gel here, 2 packs, 1 for each of my children. That's a joke, of course. I'm not going to share it with them. That's for me. There it goes. It's got a little animation screen, volume, global settings, a drum. I'm sure these are, assignable knobs, RPM, mode, and pedal volume, P volume, it says right there. Parameter, which is a click knob. Oh, I was doing stuff. What am I doing? Back, save, and a little expression foot switch here. And then 2 foot switches. Hold for looper or tuner. There's the tuner. So then you hold for looper. There we go. Uh-oh. I started looping. What's on the back? What are we working with here? Input, left and right outputs, auxiliary input for running a phone into it or another device, headphone out, and then a USB connection, I'm assuming for updates and whatnot. Am I in focus? It looks like I've got focus on the screen. That's all I really care about. All right, so I don't need the power here. Let's get it wired up and start checking out what it sounds like. I'm gonna run it direct into my field recorder that I use to record everything here, and I'll use headphones to monitor this. I'm gonna use my Guild Surfliner, not just because I like it and I enjoy it and I love playing this guitar, but also because I'm trying to branch out and not rely so heavily on the Player Plus Strat that I've been using in pretty much all my pedal demos for a while now. It's time to use some other stuff, right? I've got a humbucker in here, I've got single coils, I've got a wiggle stick. It's got everything I need, right? Also, sorry, but because I'm running headphones, no 2 Princetons. There you go, I'll give you a little taste, but we're not gonna hear the 2 Princetons. The reason why I'm running this direct is because I want you to hear it as an amp and cab sim as well as a multi-effect. Of course, you could take something like this and you could take off the amp and cab sims, I'm sure, and use it as a multi-effect running into your amplifiers, but we might as well show off exactly what it sounds like as it is. Let's see if I can get started without consulting the manual card here. It is just a card, right? Yeah, it doesn't open. It's just a manual card. Pretty strong patch as an opener on here. It's easy to do pinch harmonics on it. Nice bit of distortion there. I doing? All right, a trap that I fall into often. with multi-effect demos is that I try to show off every single preset. I don't want to do that. I'm sure there's a lot here. Let's see if I can find out how many. 99. Yeah, it goes all the way up to 99. I don't want to do that. Let's scroll around. Let's try to find like a dozen patches to show off. Then I want to try to dive in and see if I can create something custom on my own. Maybe explore the drum thing and maybe the looper. We'll figure it out. I'm sure I can assign this to being a wah and stuff like that. Actually, can I click it in right now? No. I'm not feeling any sort of click on the toe. What does this say? It says press the toe hard to switch the pedal function. It's hard to apply that much pressure that you would normally apply with a foot here in this odd angle that I have across this table. Maybe there's just not a physical click to it, and there has to be a preset set up that allows that to switch. Because I'm not feeling anything. 60s overdrive. There's a fun kind of like bouncing delay on that as well. Getting into the weeds here a little bit. How do I look at what's going on here? There's an RPM switch here. Stomp mode. So you can turn off the reverb and delay with this. And some sort of extra dirt I can throw on. Preset volume or pedal volume? I'm not sure what P volume stands for. But let's keep going. I want to know. There we go. Now we can see what's in here. So the FX1 and FX2 slots are empty. Okay, so there's the FX2. That was that distortion or whatever it is. A screamer. It's a tube screamer there. We've got a gain control. How do I get to... I can see that there's an extra page right there. How do I get to that? There it is. Okay, you click this to get to the second page. All right, so we've got tone and volume. That makes sense. All right. We've got a noise gate, our cab with a Soldano 4x12. What was the amp? California Dual Vintage, maybe? Maybe like a twin reverb? I'm not sure. You've got EQ settings, a chorus on the modulation that's not on, and then a warm delay and a hall reverb. All right, let's go back to going through some presets. Natural clean. Sounds natural and clean to me. With a stereo bouncing delay. That's interesting. Morden lead. Is it meant to say modern lead? Or is Morden... It sounds like just something Tolkien heavy metal. Morden. Take your lead tone to the castle Morden and throw it into the dungeon. Not bad. I love these patch titles. Riff from the 80s. Which riff could it be? What am I even doing? Moving on. Clean compressor. I'm doing the thing. I'm going through every preset. I need to not do that. Videotape. Now here is the title with some promise. Some kind of like gritty, glitchy modulation on that. Have we found something fun? I want to see it. What do we have here? A full-on tape mod. It has a gain control. Mix, output, high cut. I like that. So apparently you can rearrange the positions of things because this is a different layout than that other preset. There's FX2, then the amp, then FX1. Interesting. I'm gonna have to figure out how to move things around. It's not immediately apparent. No idea right now. What else is on here? California Star. Wham 4x12. A vibrato. That's where that modulation is coming from. So the FX2 is just a drive. Even though it's called tape modulation. Oh, too much gain, it gets crispy. Let's pull that back a bit. Turn that back on. We've got a tape delay and a modulation reverb. Back to scrolling. How do I exit? No, no. There we go. Sounds like a videotape. Baby cry, here we go. Now we have a wah. Can I turn it off? There, it takes a lot of pressure. You really got to use your foot, which I can't use my foot. I'm sitting at a table. So it can double function as a wah and a volume pedal. That's nice to know. There we go. Seems to do the thing. Cream OD. Funky clean. Let's get funky. I mean, so far everything sounds pretty decent. I mean, for a $130 multi-effect unit, sounds way better than the multi-effect that I started out with. I mean, these things are always what you make them. You know, like you have to dial in your own presets, but the stock presets sound pretty decent. For 130 bucks, it's cheaper than a lot of pedals. And it can be an entire like kind of starter rig here. Like if you're starting guitar and you don't know what amp to get yet, you shouldn't. Like, I'm gonna rant for a little bit here. I'm winding up for a rant. If you happen to be just starting guitar and you're shopping for your first amp, multi-effects, effects pedals, whatever, I would encourage people to hold off on amps for a little bit. This sort of thing, like get yourself some headphones, get yourself a multi-effect, get yourself like, you know, headphone plugs like the Fender Mustang Micro, or Flamma has a nice one that I covered recently, or the Bossa Pocket GT. Things like that are really fantastic for headphone practicing, learning in a way where you're not going to bother your family, your roommates, your neighbors, and stuff like that. And obviously things like this that give you access to foot switches and expression control and things like that. Headphone solutions are a great place to start, and they give you a lot of different sounds to explore and taste test before you invest in some amp that you might find out later isn't up to your taste, to your playing style. There's my rant. What do you guys think? Cyber grunge. All right. This actually sounds a lot like my first multi-effect unit. I had a Zoom 2100. I think I still have it in a drawer somewhere. I think I must have paid close to 200 bucks for that back in the 90s. And it was a godsend to me. It was my first multi-effect unit. It had some amp and cab sim in it, very, very basic compared to these days, but it had a bunch of different effects. It had a 90-second looper that let me loop and jam, and I learned a lot using that unit. I need a tune. Ah, the sound of digital in the 90s. Oh, that noise gate cut in there. There it is. Ambient sound. Let's find something weird. Max Hormone? I love these patch names. All right, 80s gig. We had 80s riff, now we have an 80s gig? Things are progressing fast. Pure chorus. Crazy fuzz. All right, fuzz. Fuzz is something that I personally don't think digital products do very well. Let's see what we got here. I mean, it sounds fuzzy. There's a lot of echo on that. Maybe it's the patch, just everything sounds a bit muffled to me. Dirty Funk. Old TV. Some sort of stereo pan trim going on, maybe a harmonic trim. I don't remember hearing any stereo panning tremolo on any of my old childhood TV, so I'm not sure what that's about. Katana Zero? What are we dealing with here? Some kind of high gain flangy sort of situation. Weird West! Yes, I'm on board. Whatever this is, I'm on board already. That is weird. They're really swinging for the fences with some of these patches. Rotary dub. WOM Fusion. Yeah! I like that you can build some weird patches with this. Touch wah, screamer, vibe, warm delay, hall reverb. Bleach. I'm not someone who chases like authentic sounds and reproducing famous sounds. But right off the bat, that's dialed in. That's it. Some of these patches sound a bit muffled to me, like they're just a bit overcooked, which can happen a lot with multi-effect units. And some of them sound really wide open, and I'm hearing a lot of frequency range, in the headphones at least. So I'm getting an impression that there's really good potential here. It sounds nice. All right. If you're a teenager getting your first multi-effects unit, you gotta have a thrash metal setting. You just do. Not trash, I meant thrash. Freudian slip there. Should have been called radio metal. That's what I would have called it. Acoustic sim. Yeah, sounds like a tin can. I don't like those. Brit rock. Juicy drive, clean heat. USA Idiot. God Save Punk. J-punk. Grunge sound. It's not wrong. Metal riff. It was a bit overcooked to me, but a lot of times metal tone does, so maybe that's perfect. stereo pan on that. The gent! I'm not tuned low enough and I'm not gonna do it. Octave fuzz. All right, let's see. All right, let's take a look. That's the octaver. Let's get that high octave up. And this is the fuzz. Get that gain up. Feels a bit out of tune, doesn't it? Not drunk? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Let's see. I think it's drunk. Ooh, man, that's hard with headphones on. Oh, that's gonna make me sick. Ooh. Nutty cake. I don't know why it's named that, but I like the name. Three melodies. I did the thing I said I wasn't gonna do. I'll cut out stuff that I don't think is interesting, but I'm going through all the patches. I've been doing this for 45 minutes now. I feel bad that I'm doing this to myself. I'm doing it to editing Ryan, is who I'm doing it to. It is synthy, but man. Rich bass. Should I grab a bass guitar? Let's see what's in here. Compressor, boost, a bass YT. We're into the bass settings now. And I just so happen to have a long guitar here ready to go. Fingerstyle. Pick style. That's me. Slap bass? I don't know how to slap at a bass. Someone get Davey504 on the phone. Tap, tap. Motown bass. Oh, I like that. Bass walk. US bass. For the Americans, freedom bass. I guess. I don't know. What does a US bass sound like? UK. This one has an accent. OD. All right, we got a lot of bass settings here. Sweet bass. Echo bass. Octave bass. Seems like it has all the bases covered. Warning! Look out, we're in the 90s. All right. So yeah, I did the thing I said I didn't want to do. I went through all the presets. I didn't linger on any of them too long though. It's just getting a taste test, right? Let's build a patch now. We'll start with number 1 and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's try turning off anything that we're not using here. A Tweed Deluxe. That's probably a good place to start. It's really quiet. It's a bit nasal with that cab. Let's try a different cab. Sounds fairly flat. Let's go with that. Go back to the amp setting and dial in some EQ. We've just got tone and output. Kind of limited settings. What I'm seeing on here. There's no 3-band EQ or anything like that. Just a general tone control. Of course, I could always come in with the EQ setting here. That's better. Yeah. What settings do we have on this? A bunch of tweaky EQ controls on there. Let's see what reverbs we have. Room. Hall. Church. Plate. A little bit of a clicky delay on that. You hear that? Probably a preview of what's to come with the spring setting, if there is one. There it is. Spring is next. Of course it is. It's trying. It's doing it with a fast delay. Oh, there you can really hear it. Yeah, it's trying, but it doesn't get a pass from me as far as being a capable surfy spring reverb. You could probably fake it. They all kind of have that clicky thing going on. Some modulated reverbs in here. And that's it. All right. Let's check out what we have under the delays. Crank that mix. 400 milliseconds. Looks like it's at the bottom end. How long does it go? Wow! Whoa! 4 full seconds. Jeez. There it is. Oh, I ruined it. Dial it back down to 500. There we go. Sync. Is there a tap tempo option? If there is, I don't know how to get to it. All right. So that's been warm. Here's pure delay. Oh. I think it's just a digital delay here. Yeah. Mag delay? Tube. 999 echo. Reverse. We need a longer time on that. What else? Rack. Ooh, nice stereo effect there. Sweep. Ping pong. Doing the thing again where I go through every single setting. I don't really need to do this, right? Tape. Okay, tape is the last one. So you got some stereo options here, which is neat. Especially for the headphone users out there. I find that a little bit of a stereo effect in a headphone mix when you're using a product like this kind of pulls back the tendency to get exhausted. That fatigue that you get just playing a dry mono signal through headphones. Because when you're listening to an amp that's in room with you, it's from a mono source, but the room you're in, the space you're in, presents you with a mono signal in both your ears, and it feels much more comfortable. So having a little bit of stereo width dialed into basically every patch that you make, I think makes it feel more comfortable. Even if it's not, especially if it's not something extreme, just a little bit can help. All right. Let's turn this off and start committing to building a patch here. Let's see what we've got underneath the effects here. Cry wah, comp 2, AC sim, touch wah, auto wah, UK wah. Okay, bunch of stuff. Dual melody, pitch, tape mod, ring mod. There's my ring mod. A filter. A step filter even. Let's do the touch wall. Nice vocal quality there. And then on to FX2. So you could stack distortion slots here, because you have a lot of the same distortions in the FX1 and FX2. Oh, it looks like it's all the same stuff. All right, we're getting weird. Modulation. Let's turn on the modulation. Got a stereo chorus. We're gonna do that vibrato. Now for the delay. What's some weird delays that we're near? We're off to the races. Let's try a different amp. Almost forgot the reverb. So yeah, you can stack a bunch of effects. I still don't know how to rearrange the effects. I don't see an immediately apparent way to accomplish that. Maybe it's under the global settings, but it didn't jump out to me right away. Let's check out the drum machine and the looper. Let's make this a little bit more normal and go back to the stock preset. Oh. All right, you hold it. Surfing? I guess, maybe. What was that? I don't even know how to jump into this. I don't know what to do with that. Okay, there's a lot going on there. A very kind of like old school MIDI sounding approach to a drum machine. It's there. You got rhythm stuff you can jam along to. Me personally, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable working with most of that just because the MIDI nature of it, that kind of like low bitrate sample sound isn't really for me. I would much rather plug in a phone into the aux and pull up, like a YouTube video of like, hey, here's 10 minutes of rock drumming or something like that. The internet is full of stuff like that, full of drum resources to jam along to. But yeah, that's a bit interesting. Let's try the looper. Hold for looper and see what we've got here. Is it recording right now? Stop. Okay. Do I need to erase it? So I think record and play. I think I need to tune. Let's go back to the tuner. You have a pre and post mode, so you can loop before the effects or after. We're gonna do after. I wish it would have a click in, which is specific to my needs right now, having it on a table because I can't have my hands on the guitar and the foot switch at the same time. But here we go. There you go. It seems to have an overdub feature when it goes into blue. Yeah. There we go. It works. So yeah, let's have a moment to self-reflect and have an overview kind of assessment of what we're dealing with here. We've got a $129 multi-effect. A bunch of preset slots come loaded in it. You can override them all, I'm assuming. A bunch of different amps and cabs. A healthy selection of various different modulation, dirt, delay, reverb, expression control sorts of effects here. Some pitch stuff. Is it top shelf? No. Are any of these sounds top shelf? No, not really. For 130 bucks, you really can't complain. And I think I could hand this to a new player and be like, take this, go learn. Take this, learn some stuff. Figure out what flavors of amps are speaking to you, and then pursue different versions of that as you progress. Having a looper built in is so powerful, especially to a new player. Like, I know pretty much all multi-effects have that now, but down to the $129, $130 price point to have that, it's pretty fantastic, especially considering I got like a very simple base level kind of unit in the 90s that had a looper, and adjusted for inflation, it must have been 3 times as much as this. As far as like what minimum wage was back then, yeah, absolutely. It probably cost more than 3 times as much as this. This has more features, more sounds. Sounds better. I can say that for sure. But yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get this expecting it to stand toe-to-toe with all of the high dollar units out there. The audio quality is fine. It's not hurting my ears, but there's a lot of room for much higher quality products out there to be better than this. We'll say that diplomatically. But for 129 bucks, yeah, if a new player asks me like, hey, do you think this is a good buy for me? Like, what do you have? Well, I have an electric guitar and I have, you know, a 5-watt practice amp that came with it. Yeah, get this, plug in some headphones, make some loops, plug in your phone and jam along to YouTube videos and stuff like that. Get to know what effects are kind of norms in the guitar world: compressor, chorus, delays, reverbs, and things like that. Get familiar with guitar sounds and then decide from there where you're going to advance your gear. I don't think there's anything about this that I would recommend to a seasoned player unless they absolutely needed a affordable like fly rig practice in the car. Like you could connect this up to a USB brick battery and have a headphone rig in your car or whatever. I don't think the sound quality is there for like the gigging experienced guitarist. I mean, you can make it work. You can make anything work. Who knows? Maybe your special sound is locked up in here. But that's not the impression that I'm getting, is that this is meant to stand up against, you know, units that absolutely could hold their own on stage. So what do you guys think? Is that a fair assessment? I think it works. I think it makes sounds. It was easy enough for me to figure out the vast majority of the user interface here. Kind of a small little screen here, but that's what you expect on a lower dollar value unit here. It is full color. I'm seeing yellow, red, green. There was blue earlier, so that's nice. You do have full color. I was commenting on that earlier. Let's get out of the looper here. Yeah, got full color. The you know, the unit that I had in the 90s just had a little 2-character LCD screen with a little dot to give you indication that there was something different going on. It would be like, do you want preset 01 or preset 99? And then there was a little dot to let you know that there was some other modulation or something going on there. And then little red lights with push buttons for each setting. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'm curious. Did you hear anything that tickled your ears? Do you think my assessment of this device is fair? Looking forward to reading the comments. Thanks for watching the whole video. I knew you could do it. I didn't think you would, but I knew that you could. Like, subscribe, dislike, leave me a rude, nasty comment. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.